The curriculum that I chose is the first unit in our Physical Science Tri-A course, first unit that will be taught next fall. I intended to use this to discuss SAMR with my colleagues that teach the same course. Let's start with a simple definition of the SAMR model, talk to them about how we've already done some substitution, maybe a little bit of augmentation, but where we might be able to take some of our assignments and modify them or redefine them so that we can take kids learning to that next level. Example of substitution that we've already done is taking our daily warm-ups that kids are required to do and putting them onto a PowerPoint instead of the overheads or the whiteboard that we were using. Allows us to easily adjust from one day to the next, from one trimester to the next. Example of augmentation is posting all of our worksheets, handouts, even the daily warm-ups onto Google Classroom so that kids can access all of those things in one place. It used to be that they would have to go to a couple different places to get access to all of those things. So we've enhanced a little bit. Modification that we've done, we do a lot of mastery quizzes. When kids don't pass version A or version B with at least 80%, they've been required to do a review assignment. We've modified that now and are now introducing EduCanon videos in place of that review assignment so that kids can now tailor what they need to focus in on in that video in order to pass the version C. There's examples and there are quiz questions that match almost identically to what's on the mastery quiz, so students can really tailor their education to their needs. A few more augmentations and modifications along the way, a lot of those involving Mastery Manager, possibility of switching some of the Mastery Managers that we've already done over to Google Forms and allowing students to do short answers instead of just multiple choice. Another modification would be on assignments, posting them onto Google Classroom and assigning them as Google Docs instead of giving handouts and hard copies to students. A lot of repeats of the same augmentations and modifications for different mastery quizzes, different worksheets. This is another example of a modification that we've made where we've put students' progress on mastery quizzes onto Google Sheets so that case managers, paras, guided study hall teachers, etc. can monitor student progress and help them get through those reviews and those mastery quizzes. Clicker quizzes in replace of collecting homework and grading homework. Augmentation. We've got a little bit better at timeliness of getting feedback to students so that they know and what they need to still figure out. Modifications and augmentations again with more mastery quizzes, more assignments. The redefinition comes at the end of the unit where they are required to do a complete lab and a complete lab write-up. In the past, this has been done paper pencil. We can now switch that over to a Google Doc and allow for the teacher to give feedback along the way so that students don't do the entire lab write-up only to find out that they made a mistake on their question or their hypothesis and have to go back and start it all over again. I can see where they're at on their question hypothesis early on. I can provide them feedback before they get too deep into the project. One of the redefinitions that we can do that goes along with this Marble Lab, in the past they've always had to do a report. We can now allow them to submit the results of their investigation using any form of media that they choose. They might want to put a PowerPoint slide presentation together. They might want to do something on Prezi, some Powtoons, make a video of what they learned. But as long as they can show that they have a full understanding of all of the components of a complete lab write-up, we could give them that other avenue to present that material to us.